Yo, it's 6 a.m. in the morning right now. I just felt the need to make a video about this topic. I felt the need to say something, and bring awareness to this, and just tell it how it is. So, I love Warriors in the Universe. It's been my childhood game. I'm in like the YouTuber session in the game, alongside Shadow King, and we spent, years in this community, and it changed. And that's obviously, something that's going to happen if you've been in the community long enough. There's obviously going to be change, but the change was not for the better. It's more so for the worse. Because you can easily say, yo, you tripping, you being past stuck. But no, I want you to hear me out for a second. And I want you to really think. So I want you to watch this, no bias, watch this with an open mind, and just tell me what you think in the comments. So look, 2020. 2020 was the year WOTU was most popular, and it was active. People were, being people. My personal experience back then was I was just, scrolling on YouTube looking for YouTubers to watch. Then I come across this creator. His name was Jay Doken. Not much of y'all know about him, but he used to have a Wars in Universe series. So, I comment on his channel and I was like, can I be added to your series? And it started from there. The community was very interactive. People was nice. People was actually creative. If you look at the sprite artists, the fan art, it's top tier. It looks very good. This community was actually something. It felt as a video game community. There wasn't, like nowadays it's just people just talking about gooning, being very sexual, just being very odd, weird, saying weird stuff, saying sexual stuff. And it's like it's not like the to the extent of, um, oh bro, you're going to Fortnite skins or something like that. It's like it's extreme stuff that should not be said on a WOTU server. And it's like, where has all the creativity gone? I made videos about the topic of the creativity in WOTU, and people agree with me, except for a few. And the people that didn't agree with me said I was complaining. But am I really complaining when you look at the fact that when you look in Wars and Universe, what can you describe the game as? What can you describe the community as? How can you, like, from what used to be, oh, this is very creative, it just turned to, bro, like, what can you describe the community as? Like, sure, there's sprite artists here and there. There's people who make characters. Sure, there's still creativity, but the creativity has died down. The conversation about the game has died down. Those conversations have been replaced with sexual conversations that should not be have to be had on the server. And as a someone who's been in the community very long enough, it disappoints me to have to say this. It disappoints me to have to even make a video about this, because like I just want to post videos. I just want to like animate, draw, share my creativity. But this community is no longer about the creativity. People no longer care about what you like show, what creativity you have. Like, bro, even though being a Wars and Universe YouTuber, sure, it's cool and whatever, bro. I appreciate being in the game itself. I love it, bro. Cause like in 2020, when I had nothing, I had no friends in real life, I used to just play WOTU and make friends on there. And it felt like something, genuinely. So where had that feeling gone? Why did community like change so much? And it's like, I'm not complaining. I'm just bringing awareness. And just because I'm bringing awareness to this doesn't mean you know that it somehow changed how WOTU should be like viewed. No, it means that you, yes, you, the person watching this video, has the opportunity to do something about it. You have the opportunity to change. You have the opportunity to, do not like engage in those type of conversations on the server itself. And it's a shame that I have to say this. WOTU is for kids. Yes, half of the player base is like young adults, teenagers, but majority of it is for kids, bro. I get comments on my videos and I can tell it's from a little kid. You know how I can even tell that the kids are like, in the WOTU watches like the WOTU YouTubers. Bro, if you go to I go to YouTube Studio, right? And YouTube Studio, they show you the age range that watches your videos. And the age range is very young. And then it is like the fact that I even making the video says there's a problem in this community that needs to be changed. Like, come on. Like, I can't like even sit here and blame gamermind because gamermind is not at fault for this. It's just the community. Like, honestly, if you think being sexual is being funny, then gang, you're corny, bro. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. You're mad corny. And you need to update your humor because like there's a difference between making a joke about your friend going into a Fortnite skin than actually being like rape or like I can't even say the rest of this. I can't even say, bro. I can't even say how the things the community talking about because if I was to, this video would be taken down, gang. But there's no people be engaging in public conversations, bro. Like truly, I want to be like the person to bring this community back to the way it were and the way it's supposed to be, which is why, I put effort in my content. I, reach out to smaller people, smaller creators. I put them in videos. I collab with them. And, just like a few weeks ago, a few weeks ago, I announced that I would be doing a Duff Battle event with the community and their OCs. And bro, Shadow King hosted a international tournament. You know, that was a very good tournament, but even then there was like a problem in that tournament because of a certain individual. Shadow King made a video on it, so I won't like fully recap, but just know that there was like a lot of drama that happened in there because somebody was just like very extremely toxic. But the thing is, this shows there's a problem in the community because like Shadow King hosts his event, boom, toxicity happens and people just not getting along. And it's like they gon' like people fought Shadow like for the event when it wasn't even Shadow's fault. Like, bro, he's one dude. Mind you, there was like 50, 100 people. I don't know how many people there were, but I'm gonna assume there's about 50 to 100 people there. Mind you, World 2 is English, Spanish, and Portuguese. Mind you, Shadow, he knows how to speak English. He knows a little bit of Spanish. I'm not sure if he knows Portuguese, but he was using a translator to communicate with those sides of the community. Mind you, he's one guy using that translator to talk to the community to host a tournament, and people is going to trip over that and call him a bad manager when most people can't even host something like that. And it's impressive that Shadow King was able to host that tournament and get it over with. It's impressive how he was able to do that. And most people don't really care about the events in WOTU. At the same time, bro, if you want to change this community, to stop the weird stuff, the constant sexual conversation about gooning, then interact with the events, interact with the creativity, post your art, even if it's not good, bro. Even if it's just like, even if your art look like a kid drawing, bro, post it. Just post it. Just do something to change the way, this community is. I'm going to keep it a buck. 2020, 2021, that was the funnest years of WOTU. Because imagine this, bro. You in the community. You watch your favorite YouTuber's video. And your the favorite YouTuber is like, not only like you're interested in their content, they go check you out, they go check your art out, y'all get to talking, y'all gonna make a collab, even if you're just a viewer, who knows, maybe we get to add it to like a WOTU YouTuber channel or something, maybe an event or whatever, it's just like, you really had to be there to like know what I'm talking about, and the people who was there, they know what I'm talking about, because WOTU used to be hella fun, but nowadays it's like, I can't even follow gamermind because gamermind is not much of the problem. He's not the problem at all. Yes, gamermind takes his time with updates, but so what? Have you ever made a game before? Because like, yes, he takes his time with updates, but bro, gamermind is one person. And as somebody who has experience making games, I'm gonna sit here and tell you, making games is not easy. And it's impressive that one person can manage this game, but at the same time, the WOTU Discord server, they do need to change. And gamermind don't really have the time to be on there, but there's admins, there's monitors. I recently got in admin on the server, and I've been trying to do my best to fix the community, change whatever. So I'm not gonna hold you up for too long. I already said what needs to be said. You can either ignore this video, keep scrolling, and just keep being a part of the problem, or you can actually sit here and do something about it and make this community what it's supposed to be. Even if you don't care about the game, just know that this kid, bro, there's like 6,000 people on that server, and I kid you not, majority of them is probably kids, bro. You gotta be aware of that. And, I know it's like, like I know like even like if you're like 18, 17, 16, 15, you're responsible for what you say. You're old enough to know the difference between right and wrong, and what's not acceptable versus what is acceptable. But anywho, whatever, you're older, you don't really want to talk about the game because you probably consider it childish or whatever. Just be mindful of what you say, because what you say, don't matter how old it is, it can be used against you in the future. And then when you get held accountable for that, you can't really make an excuse and back out of it. You gotta face the consequences for your actions. But at the same time, you can also use your actions and just be a example to the community and try to change. Cause bro, majority of y'all don't know this, but in 2020, I was hated by majority of the community. The reasons why I was hated because in 2020 I was toxic. I used to do a lot of hate comments, get into drama with the community. I was rightfully hated. But I left the community in 2021. I came back 2023. Sure, there was people who still disliked me, but I used the stuff I went through, what I experienced, and I made a difference. I made a difference. I started uploading on YouTube, and most of y'all don't even know this because most of y'all new gen don't even respect the old gen of WOTU. But the thing is, in 2023, the series genre was dead, bro. There was nobody doing a WOTU series until I started it back. And I'm not trying to be egotistic, because honestly, there is better creators out there in WOTU that's better than me. I'm not even top 10. I'm gonna keep the buck with you. But in 2023, I was the only dude making a series, and I had so much ideas. Harder Worlds, that Supernatural tournament. Then I got Red Bear Saga. It's a Naruto, Dragon Ball fan series. The typical WOTU series, but it was written in a way where it's like it's not written the typical shonen style. It written to be like an actual show. And people started to come back. People started to get interested again. People start making their own series. And matter of fact, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Me and Shadow King built New Gen WOTU, and I don't care how y'all feel about that. It's true. Shadow King literally have an item in the WOTU game. Like, bro, New Gen just sit here, just disrespect the older creators as if they didn't have an influence. We have influence. It's just that, due to, WOTU being like, a half dead game, it is like we not like known across the entire community, but to our small size community, we're known. And regardless of how y'all feel about what I say on my channel, I'm going to use my platform to spread, positivity, spread good messages. I made a video about this 2 months ago saying that I'm going to make more videos like this where I give my daughter certifications. And that's all I got to say. If you're a part of your problem, change. If you're not, still just do something, just start a topic about creativity, post your art, post your memes, do anything, bro. Do anything, bro. Like, come on, bro. Stop this sexual conversations. It's a kid's game, bro. And that's all.